All right, we are on. This is our very first webcast here at Buddy Brew. It's fabulous coffee located in Tampa, Florida, on Albany and Kennedy. And I just want for everybody who's watching, listening to know, we got a lot of people in the background here, that the idea is to really talk and promote open government, accessible government. I want people to have an opportunity to ask me questions. I've even got folks here who are prepared to answer some of the more difficult and challenging questions. We've got some more challenging questions. But the idea is to get you engaged in government. And we know that if we're going to make government work, if we're going to make our nation work, we've got to, whether you're an elected official, whether you're a business person, you know, you've got to have access to information, you've got to be able to talk and engage people, and that's what we're doing here today. And so I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to have the man whose business we're going to be visiting every week, drinking the very best coffee. Right now I got my Buddy Brew coffee. I need a Buddy Brew mug.
We're going to get you a mug.
I'll buy one. Yeah, nothing free, so I'm going to buy one. But we're going to get a mug here, and I just want to introduce Dave Ward, who is the owner of Buddy Brew.
Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. This is such a great opportunity to host the next step in getting the information out about local government. Here at Buddy Brew Coffee, we're all about fresh roasted coffee. We're a roaster first and foremost, and have been roasting behind the scenes now for a few years. So what we decided to do is open a retail front to really get our message out there to say that fresh roasted coffee rocks. So what we do is we feature 2 to 4 different beans from around the world every day, brewed up just right.
I think I'm drinking Ethiopian. What have I got?
Ethiopian Longberry Harar Horse, known for its blueberryness. It's awesome. It's awesome. So anyway, it's a $2 a cup, bottomless, and we also offer our coffees by the bag for 12 bucks. So we're happy to host this thing. This is great.
Well, you know, I'm a big coffee drinker, and I'm also one who really loves public policy. And the folks that are here, in fact, are all, you know, people who really are interested in what's going on in their country. And there's so many issues, you know, at the national level, at the state level, and then here at the local level that we got to deal with. That, you know, to be able to come and have a good cup of coffee, but also to talk politics. And so I'm hoping that what, you know, over time, those of you who are watching this, to the right of your screen, you can look over there and you can see where there's some questions that are being posted. Go ahead and ask your questions. I'll do my very best to answer the questions while we're doing the show. If we can't answer the questions when we're doing the show, what we'll do is get back to you, you know, afterwards. Because what I'm finding now is that folks that used to email my office with a question about what's going on at the local level are now coming to my Facebook page or following me on Twitter, and I can respond instantly. And what we're trying to get are, it's fantastic. And what I want is our department heads and the folks that work at, you know, county government, and I want to see this happen at state level and really up to the federal level. You know, government officials need to be accessible and held accountable, and they need to be they need to know that people are watching everything we do. We operate in the sunshine, and so, you know, we need to be able to respond quickly when someone asks a question. And my hope is that at the county, you're going to start to see the county workers recognizing that we have to serve clients who can call us up and say, hey, what's going on? You know, from why wasn't my trash collected to why are my rates going up? What are you guys doing with all the money? You know, what about these roads? Who's filling the potholes? You know, basic questions. And as we become, we learn more about how our government works, I think it's going to be good. And so the reason we're here is to just make my office, but also government, more accessible. And so, again, you know, there's some. Today I chaired the Indigent Healthcare Task Force. The county put together an indigent healthcare plan back in the late 90s, and the reason was that we had all these uninsured individuals who were going to the emergency room for their health care coverage, and it was costing the hospitals a lot of money, and that money was being passed off to taxpayers. And so the county put together an indigent plan, which has been fairly effective. Well, now you've got the federal government bringing forward a highly controversial national health care plan, which is going to cost a significant amount of money. Well, I'm one who was supportive of our local plan because I like to see things handled at the local level. But, you know, we're watching closely what's happening at the federal government, and if they move forward with this plan, and there's a challenge at the state level, and they're challenging the ability of the federal government to mandate to every citizen that they must do something. But if that challenge is not successful, we're going to have to look at perhaps scaling back our local program, because people are just being taxed too much. They can't afford to pay all the taxes. And you as a business person, I mean, you know what it means to try to, you know, meet the bottom line, you know, cover your costs, and hopefully turn a profit.
Without a doubt. I'm loving what you guys are talking about. I think, you know, at the state and local level is where most of this stuff needs to be. The federal government needs to be small, you know, and this governmental expansion that Obama's putting through is tough. So I'm loving what you're talking about.
Dave, you made a great point, because some people say to me, well, Mark, you know, why are you supporting certain things locally? And my response has always been, if we're going to provide a service, I want to see it provided at the local level. Because when it's done right, well, you can pat the guy on the back. But if it's not done right, you know who that person is, who's responsible, and you can hold them accountable, as we've done with certain department heads, and as we're doing even with our county administrator. We say, look, we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to bring in somebody who can do the job. And so there are a lot of things that we're doing here at the county. We need to look at our transportation infrastructure. We need to make sure that we've got quality infrastructure to encourage business development, but we got to do it at an affordable level. And we're not going to talk about that today, but you know, I think there's a way for us to invest in infrastructure and at the same time lower our cost. But we can say to the federal government, you know, we can take care of our needs at the local level. You know, you deal with, you know, protecting our borders. How about that one? You know, you protect, you know, make sure that our military can defend, you know, our country. You look at what is constitutionally mandated, and then all those things that are not mandated by the Constitution as a federal responsibility, we'll handle at the local level, and we can make smart local decisions. I've also got you can't see him behind the screen, but Jordan Rayner, and and Kelso and a number of other people here who are going to be helping us as we move forward on this very important project. An opportunity to communicate with you and answer questions. I see someone here saying unbelievable crowd, and we do have a great crowd for this very first coffee. This is kind of a test. I mean, we're drinking a lot of coffee, but we'll be here Thursdays, Fridays. We'll do it Fridays in the morning, and as you can look back behind us, you can see, you know, a lot of coffee drinkers enjoying their fresh Buddy Brew coffee, and we're just having a great time.